I've been so good all week.
Really?
Yeah.
It's still the week.
No.
So you haven't been good all week, technically, because
Monday through Friday.
I have 5 days out of the week. Not bad.
You've had a good work week.
Fine.
There you go.
If this were a test, you'd get a B minus.
I'm an American. Doesn't matter. I'm still gonna pass.
These are really good. These are healthier than normal chips, right?
They're veggie chips, which means like they have no calories.
And you're burning calories because of the
That's
effort
right.
involved in chewing them.
And then digestion.
Oh. This is happening, folks.
Now you're just making it weird.
Because I'm looking at you with my mouth open.
Yeah, I don't like it. I know many would kill for this privilege, but I'm good.
Well, I'm like a cat. It only works if you don't want it. It only means anything to me if it's uncomfortable to you.
You know who else says that? Rapists.
Wow, I get compared to a rapist because I'm eating chips with my mouth open? You are a harsh critic, my dear. Jeez. Remind me not to fart in front of you. What does that equate me to? You're like, you know who else farts in front of people?
A terrorist.
Stalin.
And where is he now? Exactly.
He had a good run, though. I mean, he lasted a long time. It wasn't a good run.
No.
What's up,
rather a son of a bitch,
everybody?
but-
It's that anime show.
This was a terrible idea.
Chips equal rape. There you go.
What? Oh, someone's gonna make a shirt with that on there now.
Oh, please don't! Please don't!
It's gonna happen. Chips
No
equal
emails.
rape.
No, I don't want.
Jeez.
No, it's a joke. Let it go.
Yeah. And a terrible joke.
I'm Terri Doty. You should know that by now. And I'm still kind of choking on a chip.
Oh, you have one. Okay.
I do. I'm too proud.
I'm not going to be brought down by a simple veggie chip. Not today.
Oh! Better chips have tried. Oh! Cool Ranch, though. There you go.
If Sun Chips won't bring me down, Veggie Chips sure as fuck won't. You will never sink this throat.
And
That sounds bad.
That guy talking and
Being
failing
weird
is
is
Jim Michael
failing. Wow. You eat chips with your mouth open and you can't fucking win for losing with this one. Mm-hmm. Hi, everyone. J. Michael Tatum also here.
With us today
On the couch
is
Tyson Rinehart. Hi, I'm Tyson Rinehart.
Hi, Tyson.
One more time. Just
I'm Tyson Rinehart. Hello.
He was asking how to spell your name so he could tweet it, and he's like, "Is it like Reinhardt or like Reinhardt?"
Is it Reinhardt or Rein? Like, is it? I couldn't decide if it was RH or RI.
It's the most Ellis Island version of a German name possible.
This is going to be a great interview.
Really?
It's like, there's just one H in there, right? Yeah, sure, whatever. Yeah,
It's either going to be 1H or unclaimed stowaway baby.
Right.
Yeah, we moved.
Unclaimed stowaway Hun baby.
Oh, honey.
Too soon, guys. Too soon. What? I don't know what we're talking about anymore.
So
you're fresh off the boat, in other words.
Yes.
Excellent.
Well, it's amazing how well you've done as a voice actor.
I've tried to integrate,
It's convincing. It's marvelously convincing.
Well, it helped that I was actually, born in the country, even though my paperwork dictates otherwise. But yeah, no.
Is Trump after you too?
Indeed. He's offering a reward. $1 million.
Well, you seem perfectly naturalized. I would just the only proviso I would give you is to say maybe lay off the pickled foods quite so much because that's a dead giveaway.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So be careful about like
here.
pickled boiled eggs and things like that.
You don't eat boiled eggs?
It's not pickled boiled eggs.
Oh, okay.
I really don't know what I'm talking about anymore. No. Never take advice from me. That's
okay.
Ever.
So should I take that
including
advice?
What I just said. So boom, mind blown.
Yeah.
One of us tells the truth. The other one always lies.
Which one is it?
He lies. I always tell the truth. Nuh-uh.
Well, if I were to ask which one of you told the truth, what would she say?
That is the weirdest voice
I'm in a very strange mood today. Speaking of being like, I don't want to be back where we are. I don't. Not that I don't love you people, but I really rather wish I was still in the tropical paradise I spent most of last week. I don't want to be here. I want to be under a banyan tree, petting a six-toed cat while reading Hemingway and smelling salt air. And digesting a badass seafood eggs Benedict that I just had at Le Bistro.
So Tyson, it's just going to be a two-person thing.
I'm going to talk to myself over here. You guys carry on without me. I'll be fine.
You had me at Le Bistro.
Le Bistro.
Again, peanut butter in your mouth.
Le Bistro. Well, that's part of how you do the really bad French accent.
Or the people that just say "la," they're like, I'm trying to find "la." Office.
It's like people trying to speak Spanish and just decide to be like, just to, like, so
have you
preface
seen
everything
Los
with L.
Stapler?
Like, yeah, we'll preface everything with L or Los and end everything with O.
Donde es someone in charge? Donde
have you seen my El Pencilo? That's, yeah, you hear
Donde
that all the time.
es Hard Rock Cafe? I'm looking for local cuisine here.
Hard Rock Cafe. Yes, right in the heart of Belgium.
Last
Hard Rock Cafe.
The last time I went to Mexico, I was the only one that remotely spoke Spanish. But also, I was with my friend Crash's family because they had an extra ticket and they were just like, we can't cancel it because Crash had just broken up with someone. I'm like, I'll go. Fuck your ex-girlfriend. Ha-ha. And I also they're like, oh, we didn't know you were half Mexican. Oh, that really helps. So, like, his little sisters would be out and like, Terri, you tell them to stay close because there are rapists everywhere. Tell them that. I'm like, why are you looking for me to go, yeah, there totally are rapists everywhere. Just in Mexico,
like,
though.
But only in this region.
Around every fucking corner is some shady character eating veggie chips with his mouth open.
There's actually signs for it, but you can't read
Making
them.
eye contact.
Making
because
eye
you have
contact.
to establish the power. That's part of it.
Exactly.
You have to establish the power.
Not that I know or anything.
What is it? You have to establish dominance. This has suddenly become an episode of, like, the rape whisperer.
Why did it starring Jennifer Love Hewitt. The rape.
Dark. We've gotten really
coming
dark.
this fall to Fox.
This anymore.
Basically, anything will do well on Fox that isn't written by Whedon. There you go.
See, I see it more as a reality show kind of vehicle. Yeah,
we can work it out.
Yeah.
A lot of people just went, no, this episode is not for me. This one is not, because they keep making fun of things that are horrible. They are.
Yes.
And
sorry. It's
chips.
been that kind of and chips. We started strong with chips.
Yes.
And then
now it's just so hard to follow that up with anything that I feel like that's going to be like the specter haunting the rest of this interview. We should just eat chips for 2 hours. Do you have enough?
Not for the three of us, no.
Even if we ate slowly?
No. Well, you know me, I'm like, oh, hey, here's a whole bag of chips. I'm going to try to eat these in a minute.
Yeah, I do the same thing. Because it's just like, oh, well, they're just designed for that. Actually, though, hearing myself say that, I think it would be hysterically funny to see, like, it's just the weirdest challenge I can think of. It's like, eat loudly with what you're given and see if you can drag this out for 2 hours. Like, I think that'd be exquisite.
I just took that.
Suddenly you're taking really small nibbles and trying to be like.
I just took that to a very, very dark place.
Like, I need something there, but there's not enough.
You have to make mouth noise.
You know what I'm talking
about. Just to see how long. It's like a white trash version of Brewster's Millions.
White trash is being nice. Like, white trash. Ooh, someone's feeling fancy.
Are these going to be tortilla strips, or are we talking triangles?
Or are we going to be really fancy and go round?
I think when I die, I'm going to leave that in my will. If somebody wants, like, all of my money or something, they're going to have to do that challenge. They eat a bowl of chips in 2 hours.
This is what happens when you don't have kids.
Slowly,
but there cannot be a pause for more than like 2 seconds. So
just enough to get more fodder.
Enough to get more fodder, and you have to make it out. We have to hear you the whole time. Like it's tough.
Okay, now
2 hours.
Can you add the
I'll have to think about that. That seems like a little dodgy to me.
You don't want to overplay that card.
You don't. So there'll have to be like delimiters on the like you can only for like maybe a second or two. Like if you're just otherwise you're just playing for time and like no. I see what you're doing there. Eat more goddamn chips.
So that's the Lance Armstrong route, is to say a lot.
Very powerful.
No, I was there for the 2 hours. I ate those chips.
Live strong.
Crunch strong.
Crunch strong. Do something strong.
I had a friend tell me yesterday that, this is so bad, but it's whatever. It's not.
Go on.
He's like, whenever I'm feeling down now, I just consider the fact that I have just as many Tour de France medals and one more testicle than Lance Armstrong. I'm like, that's a good way to spin that for everyone else. Yeah. He can still be an inspiration by negative example.
At least I'm not Lance Armstrong right now.
I'm like, at least, yeah. So.
Sheryl Crow kind of won. There you go.
Publicist bursting into his mansion. Are you hearing that anime show right now, Lance? They are tearing you apart.
Not that end at all. God, Terry's so quaint and cute. Damn it. I love that show, too. Maybe I'll go on it.
Whatever. He's into me. He's lying about everything else.
I'm like, I wouldn't go bragging about that one there.
Oh, yeah, I know.
I mean, I know everyone's got at least one that they regret, but...
Just one?
Just one?
Just one.
That's why we keep doing it, is because most of them you regret. You're like, no, that's another failed experiment. Let's try
fix
again.
that. Gotta fix that.
Gotta fix that.
Gotta fix that.
Mulligan. That's a mulligan.
I would really like to unfuck that person. How do I do that?
Why do you think John Brown made the DeLorean?
It's your kids, Marty. Okay, let's do it. Let's go.
That's a great reason to build a time machine.
Yeah, well, he hasn't
someone.
used public restrooms since. He wants to go back to that one fateful day at that very questionable seafood restaurant.
He went there for the cheese biscuits.
And he came out with hush puppies. Does that work? Did that read?
That's right.
All right, take two. All right.
Take two, only this time incorporate veggie chips in there somewhere, and we're good.
Ooh.
So how have you been?
I've been quite well.
Not casing seafood restaurant bathrooms, I take it.
No, I learned my lesson.
No, someone jammed out with their clam out. No.
Oh, God.
And the worst part was it was like Oysters Rockefeller level. For anyone who knows culinary, that's going to be gross.
Do you use Tabasco?
No.
You have to establish dominance. Okay?
Well, you did like the bull with the horns thing when you're like, look.
It's like super duper shocker. That's that's shocker if the girl has a lot of space to work with.
Yeah. Like if you're going for Barbarella or something like that.
It's like the key from Masters of the Universe.
It's like an actual hatchet wound.
Start the reactor, Quaid.
Oh my God. It looks like someone ran over a pomegranate.
Oh.
A lot.
And backed over it.
They went back in time and did it again.
Someone ran over a pomegranate on the driveway with their Hot Wheel. I'll just let that image soak in.
So it's been good. Okay, we're done for the day.
Yeah, that's it.
What have you been up to lately, good stuff?
I have been doing some voiceover work.
Nice.
That's nice. Where?
You voice
there's this place nearby called Funimation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Or no, is it Funimation?
You should be watching.
I should be. But I promised you guys I'd be here, so that's why I'm not currently watching. But as soon as I go home, I will be watching.
Or I guess it's not the thing now. Like, they got rid of that. It's not, you should be watching. It's just animation.
You should be watching!
Why aren't you watching?
I just watch.
Well, because it was Rob. It was Rob that said it, so we'll get Rob to just why aren't you watching?
Rob McCollum, love him.
But yes, no. I saw a little Okabe Daru dynamic with the the joking just now. So that worked.
We very much fall into that instantaneously now. It's kind of how many like get-togethers have we been to together now? We run into each other and we're like, oh my god, and like in seconds we're suddenly playing that bit.
About 3 or 4 just within seconds we're into the entire dynamic.
Which is hilarious because when we were recording Steins Gate, we didn't actually get to play off each other.
Didn't really know Tyson then.
We record separately, but it's like I guess we felt like it kind of, whenever you were recorded first and I would go in, I would feel like you were there in the booth because that's how vibrant and organic the performance you gave was.
So thank you.
So, but I feel like it was. God. I'm like, oh my god, I can't wait to like actually meet him in person and like hang out with him because this is totally what we'll do. And so I felt like I look forward to when you're going to be around because I know I'm like, okay, now we can actually do this in the same room.
I have someone to work off of.
Yes.
And were you there when they did a screening? Because I know you were there when they did a screening, right?
Yeah.
Were you there?
Trina and I were at the premiere at Otakon.
But no, they did a local one.
Yeah.
Oh no, I wasn't able to go to that one because that was Joshua's birthday, so we had plans. And
I remember the Trina one because Trina actually flew just for that and then left.
Yeah. She was just there for the evening
because she's that good.
She's that amazing. But yeah, that was really cool. So because Tyson kept texting me during that premiere, going, "Yeah, it's going great, yay!"
The jokes are reading.
I'm
really playing.
So gratifying, right?
Yeah, it absolutely was.
That was my experience.
Well, and you had your
Otakon.
nerdy engineer who's like, actually, it means this, so let's change this.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's hot.
Yeah.
But y'all, I mentioned this to Tatum a couple weeks ago. But did you hear that there will be a movie coming out?
Yes, I am aware of that.
Yes, actually, of course.
Well,
you are.
yes, actually,
of course
I am
you
aware.
Time travel. Hello.
Hello.
We know
it's
everything.
one of the things we do. It's one of many.
Don't eat the banana. Don't eat it.
Come with me. We're gonna unfuck that person.
Who the fuck do you text?
It's complicated.
The worst part is that only Michael can remember who I'm supposed to not
I know.
fuck.
You get to unfuck, but I remember everybody you fucked.
Time and time again. I can't stop Daru from making mistakes.
We actually just spoiled the ending of How I Met Your Mother now. There you go.
That is a great way. That's the great thing about time travel is you can be the ultimate troll. Really. You can fuck with everybody. If you have enough time. It's like the guy in, what was it, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy series that like decided to just go through space and time insulting every creature that ever lived in the universe. And so he because he was immortal and he was bored, so he's like, he would spend all this time just like to find this one person and come up with the perfect insult, land, come up to them and be like, "You're an ankle biter," and then take off. Like that was it. That was his goal, was to insult every single person in the universe.
If you could go back in time and insult one person, like just insult them and then leave, who would it be?
I want to choose someone obscure because the first thought is someone like Stalin or Hitler, like the real
Yeah,
assholes.
Easy one.
You know, the real
That's
assholes.
T-ball. I mean, let's move on.
You're right. T-ball.
Which even though, like, it's a good try, sweetie. I would say you missed the ball, but everyone can see it. Everyone can see the ball. It's right there,
sitting right there.
I don't know. Who would you go back and insult?
There was a teacher I had in middle school who asked me one day if I wanted to take it outside. Because apparently
Your
I
tea?
was
Or
that
like, what are you talking about? Like
infuriating.
you're. Oh, you mean like?
Yeah, like he wanted
to bust
chuck
your
knuckles
ass?
outside. Yeah.
How old are you?
13.
I thought he was asking if you would like to finish your tea al fresco or something. Do you want to take that outside?
Well, he was a proper gentleman about it. He was like, "I'll let you finish your tea, and then we're going to throw down."
Taking off his
he did
glove.
the old pugilist, wind up.
Please tell me you got this teacher fired.
Oh yeah, no, he got fired.
Thank God. Okay, good. But you drove him to the brink.
I did drive him to the brink, and as an adult, I'm like, I probably was a little bastard.
But whatever, you're a kid. He's an adult, right?
You're a kid.
Yeah.
You don't know. I mean, and even if you do, you're a kid.
You're a kid. It's wasted on you if you do know.
No, that was the beauty of knowing as a kid. It's like, what are you going to do? I'm a kid.
So what would you say to this teacher?
I would just probably call him a knuckle dragger and tell him to get on with his business. At the time, we called him Donkey Kong because he was a giant beast like Donkey Kong, which makes more sense to piss him off and get him to want to fight you.
God, so a guy that huge that looks like
throw a barrel
looks
at me?
like Donkey Kong is still going to be threatened up by middle school, and he's like, "You want to do it? You want to step outside? You want to step outside? What?
What
a dick.
I'm half your size, if that's what you mean by big man.
What an asshole.
Yeah,
what
it was
an
very
asshole.
interesting. But, you
could go to him, through the steps of the porthole and, in the middle of class in front of everybody as the adult you, and, make sure that you get your attention. You're like, hey, you don't know who I am, but you will. You turn to the teacher.
one day this is going to make sense.
One day, Mr. Flanagan, or whatever the fuck his name was, one day, Mr. Flanagan, you're only going to be able to masturbate if there's a gun in your mouth.
Oh my God, dude. That is fantastic and terrible. That is, I need to take a shower now. Oh my God. I wanted vengeance, but not like this.
I go dark. I get mad when teachers do things like that. A teacher wanted to take you outside and beat the shit out of you. That's, unless you were literally just repeatedly punching the man in the balls. Were you?
Well, he was asking for it.
Hey, punch me in the balls.
He's like, please
punch me in the balls. You know what? Let's take this outside.
You like sadomasochism? Because obviously I do. You want to take this outside?
I'm having a little trouble understanding you. Can you stop choking yourself as you talk?
All right, kids, we'll be back in a minute. Read chapter 2 of Silas Martyr. We'll be back. Who would you go back and insult? Sorry, that's a great story, by the way.
Self-flagellation.
That is a complex story. I have layers of feelings about that. Yeah. Thank you. That's well done, sir.
Well, he was a knuckle dragger.
I want to write a short story about that. May I?
Yeah, by all means.
Thank you. You'll look good either way. You'll look good.
I already do.
Okay.
Because
yours. Moving on.
I have no idea. You're making me think of teachers I hate, but I've pissed off so many people before.
It doesn't have to be someone personal. It could be someone that you just hate on principle, like Hitler or Stalin or something like that. I mean, I suppose they didn't. You're like, everybody.
I don't know. I really like insulting people by complimenting their mother. Your mother is a very nice lady, and it's a damn shame she has a dick for a son.
It's your mother deserves better offspring.
Your mother went through how many hours of labor, and this is how you repay her, by being such a scrotum.
That's good.
How dare you?
Who'd you say that to?
This dog. Fucking dog. My neighbor!
Oh, I was going to say, that's not Zoe, is it? Because you kind of are Zoe's mom, and that just means you're just, complimenting yourself at the same time.
I'm amazing.
No, that's too cyclical.
My neighbor, because I hate how he treats his dog. He just locks them out there, and then they're like, cool, go on.
Fuck that guy, then.
Or he leaves his fence open and just lets the dog run all over the neighborhood.
Always good.
Hey, hey, you're an asshole. We can do that now. We don't need a time machine.
Well, no, but I have to live next to this fox, so I don't say anything. I just call up animal
you'd go
control.
Back in time. You'd go back in time and keep him from buying.
I would go back in time, find him as a young adult, give him an ice cream cone, slap the ice cream out of his fucking hand, and say your mother deserves better, and then.
And then you come back here only to find out that encounter is what compelled him to start treating dogs like shit. Mind blown! You have to be careful with time travel. Take our word for it.
You become the catalyst for the problem you're trying to prevent. I can't have that in my life.
No.
So make sure that when you go back in time to insult, Mr. Flanagan O'Malley or whatever the fuck his name is.
It was Mr. Flanagan O'Malley.
Mr. Flanagan O'Malley Stein. Make sure that you do it after he's told you to go outside. So
I can have that experience, which will then send me back in
exactly.
the past.
Well, and then you don't want to be the catalyst for why he wanted to beat the shit out of your younger self, because it could be like, oh, you're just the asshole that made that was the start of a really bad day for him.
I'll crush him when he's 13, so that when he's 30 plus, he won't come back.
There you go.
And wreak vengeance.
That's why, though. See, because then he saw you.
Oh my God! Shut up.
Then he saw you as a young man in his class and thought, you look just like that son of a bitch.
And
see what I mean?
It started his hatred for me.
Yeah, exactly. And then it just
had nothing to do with me being an ass.
But now you both have to do this because this is the way, apparently, this is a linchpin in the universe. And if you don't do it, everything's going to fucking unravel.
It's been done. There you go.
Yeah.
Done.
Boom. And there's now a Google site.
Hey, Ted, remember to put your dad's keys behind the stone. Awesome.
I love that you... Here they are.
Here they are. Imaginary keys.
For the home audience, I pantomime picking up keys.
I had a really bad teacher, too. I had a third grade teacher who was a complete bitch. But I don't know. I kind of want to...
I think the third grade teachers are supposed to be.
I guess so. They
vapid
must train them.
cunts.
Like, there must be a third grade teacher, pedagogy school where they go to and teach them. Here's how to be a complete bitch to small impressionable minds.
You better take notes.
Who are very easily upset by things and are trying. And because third grade is when they start throwing the hard shit at you. Third grade, when I was a kid, it's when they throw cursive at you.
Yeah.
It's when they start multiplication and division, like the hard shit. It's hard. Like first grade is you learn how to color in the fucking lines. Second grade, maybe add and subtract. And then by third grade, man, you're like, okay, we're going to write with cursive,
long division,
long division, all this shit, yeah. And then third grade, and so that's when you want the teacher to be nicest because that's when you're filling the kid's mind with so much shit that they're just gonna be like, I can't do this. I'm not cut out to be a student. That's when you first start realizing, oh, this sucks.
Yeah.
So my teacher, she was a bitch. She was a bitch. She's probably dead now.
What are you doing? What are you doing to her in your time travelness?
I remember very clearly, I was totally into like books on like Bigfoot and the Loch Ness Monster and UFOs and ghosts. That was just my thing. Yeah, but I'm more equivocal about it now.
Mysteries,
when I was a kid, because it's fun. It takes me back. Now that stuff like this nostalgic. But when I was a kid, I was totally into this. I was gonna grow up to be like one of the Hardy Boys, and I'm gonna like find I was with the Scooby Doo gang. I was gonna go and like unmask every monster or whatever. But I was totally into this stuff, and I remember very clearly. Reading, I may have talked about this on the show before. I was reading a book about the Loch Ness Monster, and I remember reading a passage about an eyewitness encounter that just fucking struck me as being like the most dramatic piece of evidence that the Loch Ness Monster was fucking real. And so I felt compelled to take it to my teacher and show her this because I knew she was a skeptic. She made no bones about it. And it was like, a quiet period. We're all kind of in third grade class, but it was like day where she's like, I'm going to sit up and grade papers and all of you just take out your homework or read or something, just spend the next hour or so just staying out of my hair. And so I brought this up to her because I was convinced that this passage would convert her to my way of thinking. And she looked at it, and she just then stood up in front of me and the entire class and just lambasted me for like a fucking 10-minute interval. She's like going on, this is child's play. No one should believe this. You're never going to grow up. She was like, part of growing up is learning that this stuff is not real. It's fun if you want to believe it. It's make-believe, but please, just completely like really destroying my worldview.
And your mother doesn't love you, and
and all this. She just used this instance of this small, innocent, somewhat annoying child with a stutter and a predilection for books on the supernatural to and to completely get on her soapbox and tell everyone in the class that believing this stuff was crap. Now, what's sad is I kind of believe, I totally kowtow to that way of thinking now because this stuff is mostly stupid, but it's still fun to think about and pretend that it's real. I still have that childish glitter in my heart, but. I would go back in time and I would walk through the door at exactly that moment and be like, hey, you're a third grade teacher. That's the best insult I could fucking think of right now. And I would just walk out.
I would also like this time traveling capability to go back in time to find out what made her so crappy about the entire UFO and Loch Ness situation. Did her brother call her up the night before at 4 a.m. and be like, sis, I found it. El Dorado, the city of gold. Loch Ness monsters have spaceships here. It's amazing.
I know. You kind of wonder. I'm going to bring this back to Steins Gate for a second. What if she has kind of like a Makise thing going on?
Totally.
And she's like, my dad went down that blind alley, and I'm not going to. I watched my family just fall apart because my dad's obsession with finding the aliens that abducted him when he was a kid. And I'm like, maybe that's what drove her.
Got consumed by the blue people of Kentucky.
See, and you're getting all this, and really, in reality.
Sorry, go on. I want to come back to the blue people of Kentucky because this fascinates me. I'm
Duly
still
noted.
Wait a minute. Tell me the story.
But in
maybe
reality,
there is
you're like, maybe she did this, maybe that, and then
maybe she was an alien.
She was reading. She read up on it and went, "Mom, is this real?" And she went, "No." And if you ever ask me if it's real again, I'm going to beat the shit out of you. That's all that happened.
I'm going to go back and insult her mom then.
And then you're going to make her the nicest teacher you ever had.
I'm going to be like...
Or she won't even become a teacher because she'll go, no, I want a job that pays.
I want a job that gets respect and pays.
I want to be a cryptozoologist.
Respect up the wazoo.
Exactly. I want to get a show on the History Channel.
What's the History Channel? Not about history, that's for
nothing
sure.
to do with history. It's the Story Channel. His story.
What if raptors We're in
I
World
think
War
all
II.
I would do, I wonder if this would move her. Rather than insult her, like I would show up in my time machine, like step out of the portal or whatever, just as she's like, going into her lecture and making that little Michael feel like a complete ass.
Little Michael.
And little Michael feel like a tool. I would show up and I would just walk in the door through an obvious time portal. Like that alone is going to make her fucking go, okay, I've chosen the wrong purview my entire life. And then I'm just going to look at her with a tear running down my cheek. And then turn back around and disappear. And then
It's the dumbest thing
Shut
that
up,
I have
it's
ever
awesome.
thought about in my head. No, just,
come on, like
It's still
remember that
better than the
commercial?
end
Like,
of
do you remember
Tenant's Run,
Don't
but-
we all remember the Don't Litter commercial with like the Indian chief?
the
with
Indian
single
that's actually
tear,
an
right?
Italian guy, because God forbid we're not going to cast a real Native American. Oh, God.
Well, Lord knows what they'll spend it on. Fire water? New arrowheads? Come on.
Tyson's Cherokee.
Tyson is part Cherokee.
Tyson and Steven are basically brothers separated at birth.
Yeah,
They look related.
He got the short end of the Ellis Island stick, and they sent me on the other route. So
Stowaway, baby.
What is the Ellis
Stowaway
Island
hunting,
stick?
baby.
Is that what they used to beat you? They
No, yes,
like,
it's
"Welcome to
actually
America," but hold on,
it's an old German tradition.
And one to go on.
Give all the children the short end of the stick. That's getting unfortunate real quick.
Look at me. Look at me in the eyes. Look at me.
Going to a dark place. Look in my eyes.
I would go back in
Eyes hold
time.
the power.
I would
Okay.
go back in time and break that stick over the knee of the customs agent,
And then cry, apparently.
and then cry.
I think we're creating this like fascist customs agent. There will be two lines.
Hey, if you could
One
go
who
back
gets
in
a
time
short
and
stick, the
insult
other gets a
someone.
long stick.
And how does this guy misspell Reinhardt? Like, come on.
There's too many H's in your name.
You want to get on?
You can be a Reinhardt or you can be Reinhardt. That's it. You can't be.
I find your name to be far too frivolous with consonants.
Yeah, because the Germans find consonants frivolous.
Frivolous at best. On a good day.
A
remember-
language that sounds like a typewriter chewing tinfoil being kicked down the stairs. That's a problem with consonants.
Dude, you've got to remember to cross those T's and dot those umlauts. Come on.
That's right. That's right.
Twice.
So, what about blue people? Shut up, dog.
Oh yeah, there's like
Hey,
apparently,
stop being a dick to your dog! Sorry, go on about the blue people.
Oh yeah, so apparently these blue people in Kentucky are just inbred to the point where like their skin is pretty much translucent and like you can see like their veins really easily and they have a blue pallor. So yeah, apparently
so there's nothing supernatural about it.
No,
It's just,
no,
Okay,
well,
I was
because
like, I
you're-
thought like
No, it's super and it is natural. But
it's very.
Oh, it's
natural.
very natural.
It's very natural.
It would
Talk
be
to mom
the most
talk to
boring.
mom /sis
slash grandma
/Grammy.
slash roommate. What?
It's true. My grandmother told me that. It's the worst episode of Fringe ever.
Most uncomfortable, certainly. Okay, so they're just blue people, but like, okay, it's okay. I've never heard that phrase
But
before.
it just sounds good.
I'm
you
like,
know,
are they just eat too much Kentucky bluegrass? I was my thought. Like, what happened? But never mind.
they're
Your
big
blood.
fans of bluegrass, so they just sit back and all day long.
Even when there's no music playing,
Even when there's no
they
music,
just sit on the
they
side of the road and
keep- yeah,
clap in
yeah.
a weird rhythm.
Well, you know they're kind of poor, so they have to make what instruments they can.
Carl got himself a washboard. Rich bastard. He getting a little too big for his britches. He got britches? I hate him.
I hate them already.
Hates him.
Hates him. Interesting. I don't know why this makes me think of it, but there's something when I was in Key West during one of the ghost tours, because I love doing the ghost tours. It was really fun to do, but whatever, because there's a lot of very morbid history in Key West. But most of
Only
the
in
porches,
Key West.
Well,
actually.
I mean, because it's an island. Weird shit happens on islands. Because everybody knows everybody, and so like the stories are more fleshed out because there's always 100 witnesses for every fucking thing that happens. Anyway, most of the porches, the ceilings of the porches are painted a very specific color blue that's meant to emulate the color of the ocean surf, and they call it because the thinking is spirits cannot cross water. So painting them, your Porsches this color keeps spirits out. Or if you already have, if your house is haunted, it locks freshness in. But I mean, either way, but it's cold, but it's very specific color. And most of the Porsches are still painted this color. You'd be hard pressed to find a building that was built, buildings that were built like in the past 10 years, maybe not so much, but anything like that's older than 10 years, has this, what they call haint blue. Haint, which is an old like I don't know the derivation of the word, but it's like haunt, but it's just like a weird Southern way of saying haint. Haint is a noun, means ghost or spook or specter or something.
Bloody
and
fantastic.
So they call haint blue, and so all these porches
tainted.
are called haint blue. Because I kept going, what is with all the blue? Like all these porches are painted blue. Is that just like a city is it an ordinance? Kind of like in Albuquerque
HOA.
when all the houses have to have that Adobe thing. But I'm like, what is this? And they're like, no, it's just a thing. It's a tradition. Most houses built before 1980 something had that haint blue on the porches of their ceiling, which is just, it's very subtle. You wouldn't see it unless you're on the porch because you can't see the ceiling of the porch really from the street most of the time. So it's really there. Yeah. So it's just kind of there for the benefit of literally keeping spirits out or in. So yeah, it's interesting. I don't know what made me think of that just now, but it seemed like
Blue people. Blue.
Blue people, and we were talking about ghosts and all that
Blue
stuff.
barriers for former people.
Yeah.
Blue people.
Ghosts aren't people anymore.
They're not people anymore.
They had their time.
Oh, they had their shot. They fucked it up.
They fucked it up. Look at
I ain't
the world.
going back in time to save them. I don't know why you always get a kick out of me.
It's just funny. I like that.
That's sassy.
It is sass. It is a sass's calling card.
Well, it's the neck that or the
It's funny because no one can see what you're doing. They can just hear it. And they can't see the head. They can't
voice
see
actor. You don't have to see it.
It's a skull isolation thing with the neck. It's very, very nice.
It is almost as if I am a sassy Latino woman.
You could pass for one pretty easily, which is a little
almost
bit
as if.
Almost as if not actually. Yeah, no, you're Latino. My God.
What's happening?
Crap people.
Oh, you never. Oh, you didn't.
No, but that's
turn
why I'm keeping
the hourglass.
Well, Tyson was late, and I forgot.
We're screwed, Tyson.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
We're gonna be stuck here forever.
I'll use the time machine, and I'll go back, insult my teacher, call him a knuckle dragger, then tell myself to set my alarm a little bit earlier,
and don't forget
and
your
not
phone.
to leave my phone when I
Well,
go
no,
to
see, when that happens, you go back and tell your teacher, not to insult you, or you tell your teacher not to
You can't
insult
go back
you.
to the same timeline.
You can't. Well, I mean, the thing is, you'll go to you'll come back to the present,
Yeah,
and your
different
current
alternate
self
world
won't
line.
be an actor because you won't be dead inside.
And we'll be interviewing.
That's right.
And we'll be
For a horrible middle school teacher you
I won't
had.
have that
You'll be
unhealable
like a
hurt
successful
inside.
CFO of some company and be like, what the fuck is that anime show? What the hell is anime? And you're like, I've never heard of it before because you'll be like a successful
I invented the new
businessman with,
sports
like,
drink,
$1 billion.
Tyson Dough.
And we'll be interviewing, Stowaway Baby from another timeline.
We'll be yeah.
Who actually just goes by Stowaway
Who got
Baby.
the short end of the stick on Ellis?
That is true. That is true. He still has the bruises.
This is positively fugal. What's going on right now? I love this. Like we keep. This is. I love it. I love it. Can I just say this is a pleasure?
Chips.
I'm having a good
More
time.
chips.
More chips.
Chips.
Yeah, you'd like some more chips, wouldn't you? You terrifying bastard.
Oh my god! I will never look at you with my mouth open while I'm eating anything again.
That's one of the best things you could ever do for me. I got a birthday coming up.
Coupon book of times when I won't look at you while eating chips with my mouth open.
Oh my God, give me a coupon book. It's like,
I'm not going to.
I'm redeeming one today, sir.
Okay, now I'm just going to start staring at you with my mouth open and my tongue
like,
hanging
oh,
out.
it's so great. You're taking me out to lunch for my birthday, you dick. You look really hot in opposite worlds.
Oh, wow. Thank you for that middle school insult.
This kid come back. And just like, I got in trouble from a teacher because apparently I was talking too loud, and a kid came and said, hey, the coach wants you to put a lid on it. And I'm like, well, you can tell her I don't have a lid to put it on. There you go.
Snaps.
You tell her I'm not a piece of Tupperware.
I got detention.
Because when I close, I don't burp.
got detention for saying I do not have a lid, madam. So have at you.
How about you, ma'am?
Come back with me now.
Someone needs to teach this woman the difference between a child and a piece of storage.
Which one of you bitches wants to dance? There you go.
I miss like the Yo Mama wars we used to have on the bus.
Oh, the cafeteria when at the end of...
We always did it on the bus, but like just the cafeteria, we never did it there because it was too loud. But like on the bus, we'd be like, "Yo Mama's so big," like that.
See, I didn't really take the bus. I was missing that. But no, and you knew it was happening because the whole cafeteria would start going, "Oh,
yes. Oh yeah." It becomes like the Eminem biopic here. Like, you're like, oh, it's on now.
Except I would never put on a voice like that. I went to public school, man. No.
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 I want to say, I want to do things that are supposed to be cool, like stupid one-liners like that, but in terribly inappropriate voices. Like, oh, it's on now! Or something like,
your mama
so big when she was standing in the middle of the street, I had to swerve to miss her, and I fucking ran out of gas.
Slim Pickens, ladies and gentlemen. Slim Pickens.
I love when people don't really know where their insult's going, and they just they don't know when to like, dude, you were good, and then you just kept going.
I just had so many ideas, I was trying to just throw them in there. You're like, that's okay.
Well, you tell your mom that I'm never going to call her because in this scenario, I have had sex with her.
And found her wanting. Sometimes you can save the runaways. Sometimes you can. Every now and again, if you just come back and be like, hang on. It's, yeah.
But if you leave the room and come back, and
furthermore, take a cab back. Rap on the door.
It's been 10 years.
And in addition, in his stocking cap and nightgown because he wears that like Scrooge. And a decade ago, I found your mother wanting.
And screw, might I add, you.
Now, do you have any money for the bus?
Yeah, could you point me towards the A4 bus?
Oh, I want to do this. Let's bring it back. Let's bring bad comebacks back.
Oh my God, I love this. And see, that's just a beautiful variation on the theme of us going back in time and insulting people. What about waiting forever and doing like a time capsule?
Go back in time. Do the time capsule.
Go back in time. Just fucking cryogenically freeze that shit and bring it to life 40 years later. Hey, remember when I started that joke about your mama? Well, I finally got a capper for it,
writing
motherfucker.
It down and then, hey, don't open this envelope. For like 5 years. You're not even going to remember who the fuck I am. And I hope you can read cursive.
There's just an envelope written in crayon in a safety deposit box. You're just looking at it. A couple more years. Slides it back in.
It's late, it's raining one night, and some guy from Western Union shows up on your door. We've had this for 100 years.
Are you Marty McFly? Doc was a dick.
That's a mindfuck right there. Like, how's it waiting so long?
Oh my God, I'm going to do that now. So if like I have kids, and be like, okay, wait for your grandkids. And that's my only safety deposit box right there.
Oh my God.
I want to do this. Give it to my niece. And then be like, when you have children, give it to one of them. And then just opens it up. And don't put that in your mouth, idiot.
Oh my God, I got one better.
Might want to put pickles on
that
sandwich.
Give one to your daughter or your son, and then tell them to pass it on to their daughter or son, and so on and so forth until you are long gone, until you are a memory, a faded photograph on someone's fucking wall. And when finally your descendant at this point, because there's no other word for what the fuck they are. There's too many greats in front of your name for them to remember.
They don't
the
even know what paper is.
They open up the envelope.
What is this?
They open up the envelope, and written in a language that's changed somewhat since the last time it was used are the words, "I never loved your grandfather." every single one of you has been an accident. Like,
I just want to let you know you were a disappointment.
Well, to quote my grandfather, oh God, this hurts. Tell your mother I'm gay. Yeah, there you go.
oh my God, you kind of want to do that. Like, you want to leave a story for your descendants. You know?
Of course, the other route to
But
take.
what if you don't have kids?
Well, I'll have other descendants. I mean, I'll have, like, my nephews will probably have kids.
He was Uncle Asshole. There you go.
He was Uncle Asshole.
And he lived up to that name for you kids every day.
Every day. He had to get, like, he didn't always want to be the asshole, but he made himself.
Or like,
Woke up, looked in the mirror, said, you have to be an asshole today.
Today, you got to crush some little kid's dream.
I want my, okay, yeah,
Even
open
if
up
it's
the
a good,
envelope.
especially if it's a good dream.
I'm a werewolf. There you go. That's what my
fucker
envelope's
brings a
gonna
book
say.
on the
I'm
Loch
a
Ness
werewolf,
Monster to me. I'm going to
and now you're a werewolf.
Wait.
6 generations from now, open up great-great-great-grandfather Rinehart's card and look behind you.
And then turn the paper around. I can't believe you look.
Yeah, you totally look psych.
Dumbass.
Anyways, you should put flowers in my grave or some shit.
Yeah.
I just
remember
thought of
me.
something really cool, like not a joke, but like something really interesting, just to see what happens. Like a descendant of yours, like that card, you like look behind you, like you have to be in a public space to open it up, like
Right.
Grand Central Station or something, and you open it up, and it says look behind you, and you turn and look, and this is the first person you make eye contact with, you have to marry, and that's how the family carries on.
But I'm gay.
Doesn't matter. You can have lovers on the side, but you got to marry this person and produce offspring. Then, only then, will I divulge
Grandpa, I looked at a mannequin first.
Well, according to that movie,
Find Kim Cattrall and
and that guy from Designing Women, and you're good.
and we're set.
And on that note, how about we take a break?
That's great.
I think that's a good-
refuel, get some more chips.
Chips. This is the best slumber party ever.
This is awesome. Let's tell ghost stories now.
We'll get the Ouija board.
Do you think Steven likes me?
No. We were trying to see who could eat a rice cake the quietest, and we all lost.
I've decided that in a zombie apocalyptic scenario, these are not a good food stuff to carry around with you, because that will kind of draw attention. This world we live in is so scary. I don't know if we'll survive the day.
How did they find my hiding spot?
Well, which is why I just wouldn't give a fuck. Like, here come the zombies. Good.
Oh, finally, I can eat
Bring
my
it, motherfucker.
Let's go.
I'm eating a rice cake. Clearly, I'm ready to die.
Brains will be a step. I wonder if you started eating brains, if the zombies would just accept you as one of their own.
I don't think it works like that.
I was curious. I mean, maybe there would be at least a faction of zombies that would push to get you accepted.
I think zombies are how, like, Tyson and I really became friends.
Really?
Absolutely.
Yep. We were, like, talking about our plans, and then, like, it became, like, have you caught up with the latest issue of Walking Dead? Not the show.
The
issue.
Yeah.
Every comic.
Now, I'm only as far as Compendium 1. So, they leave the prison, and that's all I know.
I'm way ahead of you, though. But it's so good.
I have not seen the show or read the comic, but I would
Show's
like
very
to.
different, but,
Everyone tells me it's really good. Both of them are, and I just haven't had a chance to
I love
watch.
this comics turning
Or immerse myself in
into
other.
to things that aren't, like the superhero things.
Yeah.
I say friend, when I was in Canada, I met Curtis Wiebe. I think that's how you pronounce his last name. It's Wiebe. Wiebe? Web? I don't know. But,
Wiebe.
huh?
Your guess is as
Viva.
good as mine.
No.
It's pronounced Robert.
But he was,
Johansson.
there was a mix-up with the table at the convention that I was at, and I ended up sitting with all the comic writers, and all these people have all these amazing things on their table, and I have nothing except tissue because my allergies suck. And so
Have a tissue
which
that
I
has been
didn't,
snotted in by
I didn't
Terri
think
Doty.
about, but actually made me look even more obscure. They're like, why does she have a tissue box? Like, everybody else has got this shit, and she's just, what does she do?
She do a lot of Kleenex commercials?
I'm the voice of Burger. But I ended up making friends with all these like artists and writers, and like they cut me deals on some really amazing. Like I've got all those X-Men things, which
That's awesome.
which was terrifying to get through customs. I'm like, can you please be really careful with that? Oh my god. But at the end of the day, one of the artists, Curtis, and his girlfriend were like, "Hey, we're having a party," thinking that I wouldn't go, but they were being nice, and, like, we're having a party.
The hourglass?
Oh, yes, Hourglass. Thank you. We were having.
This is how long you've got to live.
I don't see how I was supposed to get that. I'm like, rainbow? What
It's like
Rainbow!
doctors know they're going. Do you have a slinky?
Who wants to play horseshoes?
Maybe just after. But no, anyways, I ended up going to his place, having an amazing time. Like, I finally played Rock Band. I never played Rock Band before. The first song they tried to get me to sing that was Brian Williams. I'm like, I'm in Canada and you want me to sing Brian Adams, not Williams.
like, oh, Brian, okay. I knew what you were talking about, even though you said the name wrong. So
Canadian.
I was like, oh, I was wrong to think what I thought.
I guess I have a little bit left to learn, don't I?
And he gave me copies, some coffee, yeah, copies of a couple of his books, and now BBC just picked up one of his comics, and they're making it into a show, and I'm like, I know that guy.
I partied with him in Canada. That's awesome.
Did Brian
That's
Adams
awesome.
and Brian Williams apparently.
And Brian Adams, Brian
But,
Williams.
yeah, no, I love comics.
And you were there.
I love comics.
I missed you most of all, Scarecrow.
I'm going to miss you most of all. Oh, well, fuck you.
Oh, really? The rest of us are standing right here, and I thought we were kind of in this together.
Kind of awkward. I thought it was a team effort.
That's actually, there was, in high school, there was a guy named Pablo, and he's from Germany. I'm like, your name's Pablo? That's so odd. But, whatever. And he was leaving to go back, and we're like, oh, we're going to miss you. You should say goodbye to Lindsay. I'm going to say goodbye to Lindsay later. It's too hard. You just said goodbye to all us, dick.
You're like, wow, I guess we know where we fall in your regards.
Have fun in Germany.
Yeah, have fun in the land without laughs.
I'm not surprised you're ranking us.
Said the German guy in the room.
Said the German guy. Yeah, you go back to your short stick. Because the German short stick is so much worse than the Ellis Island one.
It comes with a very
break.
stern fairy tale involving thumb sucking and scissors.
True. What's the name of that collection of German
It's
fairy
like
tales?
Den Schreckliches,
Something like that. But like that's where like Shockhead Peter comes from.
Yeah.
Don't
all
email
that
me.
shit.
Don't email me.
Is it Strumpenwelper?
Don't email me.
know.
I think it's Strumpenwelper or something like
Yeah,
that. Right?
it's
Am I-
right. It's someone
We have listeners in Germany. Post on Facebook. Don't email me.
Don't email us.
Don't email me.
And don't suck your thumbs, or else some lady will come by and cut them off with a giant pair of scissors.
Yeah, actually, don't email us.
Hashtag
'cause
that
we're
animation.
lazy. We'll just look this shit up on Google in a second when I think about it again.
Google or whatever search engine
Of your choice.
is your poison.
Bing, Google, Yahoo. I couldn't even say that with a straight face.
Yeah.
I don't know. I prefer Alta Vista myself.
I'd still like Ask Jeeves.
Steven does.
I'm a big fan of Lycos.
Well, it's Ask. It's Ask now. Steven does Ask. We find a way to make it work. But anytime I use his computer, I go to the homepage. Let me search this. It's Ask. Oh! This makes no sense.
God damn it.
Why don't you just use Bing while you're at it? God.
Bing uses everybody else. Why not? Shall we get to questions?
Da.
Da.
Are you ready for the questions?
Da. Ask me the questions.
Since we were talking about kid stuff, I'll start with this. This is from Emma. Yesterday was anti-bullying day at my school, and it got me thinking, if your bullies could see you now, what do you think they would say?
Probably I told you so.
I knew it!
I said it from day one. No,
I wasn't a bully, I was a fucking prophet. Sorry, go on.
I foretold this. They would. That's a really good. Honestly, I was actually probably more of a bully than I got bullied. So I'd probably say to someone else, like, "Hey, you did a lot better than me. Good job. Well done. Well done. Thank you for using whatever I did to you, if that even matters to you now, and using that to propel yourself into a real, future." I'm going to go eat rice cakes alone now.
Quietly.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure there's a few of my bullies that would probably be like, "Yep, I knew he was gay," like that. But I mean, most of them.
Good for you.
Yeah, I'm like, good for you. Yeah, whatever. Like, yeah, I knew you were gay too. Which still means.
But it's okay. You're married, so clearly you're not gay.
Right, that cancels it out.
Most of my bullies would probably be grown up now and wouldn't even give a shit.
Yeah.
They'd probably be
Hopefully they'd be grown up by now.
Well, I mean mature emotionally enough to not be like, "Yeah, see, I told you," or they'd be like, I don't know, they'd be like, because I'm actually friends with a couple people that I used to know back in the day that were kind of dicks to me when I was in junior high and high school. But now it's like, I don't know, they're just kind of like, "Oh yeah, hey, it's good to see you." It's like we have our lives now. When you have bullies like that,
but there are people that owned up to like, "Hey, I was a dick." Right?
Yeah, eventually. Or we just kind of grew into different roles in each other's lives without ever actually acknowledging it, which for me is just as good. But I mean, I think most of the bullies, there's only a couple of bullies that still rankle me enough that the prospect of even seeing them again after all these years would make me go, "God, I don't know. I don't want to see this person again unless they have a really horrible life, unless they are in
That's the whole reason you go to a reunion.
I don't want to see them. But I think most of the people that kind of picked on me when I was a kid now, we're all mature and we're all kind of adults, and so we just kind of chalk it down to like, "Yeah, I was a dick," and I'm like, "Yeah, and I was kind of a weird kid, so I can kind of see why you picked on me," and he's like, "Well, and I can see why you were a weird kid." So we're grown-ups now, so we have a different dynamic. But that's the beauty of when you're a kid, knowing that you're going to grow up one day and all of this is going to be like, "Wow, I can't believe I cared so much about any of this shit."
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
I was a little bit of both. I was a bit of a bully because I was bullied so much. So it was just easier to kind of be like, "Well, how do I do your job?" I want to be a bully. But I'll also answer for Steven because I showed him this before anyone got here today. But I don't know, the one bully that I remember that actually did do the cliche thing of posting something on my back. To be fair, I was wearing a Renaissance outfit. I see why you singled me out. In gym.
Yes.
I see why you singled me out, bro. But it was Renaissance Day, so fuck you. And I forgot my workout clothes. I see why you did it. But to be fair, the highlight of your day now, from what I can tell, is taking photos of yourself getting high and posting them on Facebook. So clearly, I fucking won. And to anyone that I bullied, I hope that I've made some kind of amends. If you still hate me, I totally understand. As far as Steven, I asked him that, and he went, "Well, two of them, look miserable, and they've aged horribly. One of them is missing, and has been missing for years, and one's dead, so I'm doing okay."
I win. Like, well, okay.
That's Steven for you. Like, I'll just be like, "Yeah, this would be funny."
I'd like to believe that, because there's a number of people like bullies and stuff that grew up and they kind of like never left that town. They're still there, and they're kind of having like a bazillion kids. You can tell they're at that stage of their lives now where they're looking back going, "Wow, I made a lot of bad choices." And
one of them was.
But I'd like to think that was like karmic payment for being dicks to everybody, including myself, but it's not, because some really nice people are in the same boat.
Exactly.
Like, "You were always cool in high school, and now you have paint, and work at a Waffle House, or something like that, at 40.
I thought you said they were living a horrid life.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, that's like my regular Saturday night thing. It's
He did say he already had plans tonight. That's weird.
Gotcha. We're gonna put in $2 in the we're gonna put in $2 in the jukebox and listen to every Waffle House song.
I also suggest putting $2 into DuPont because I will be huffing a great amount of it.
Specifically DuPont.
Well,
The
it's
human
the one that just came to mind. That or Sherwin-Williams. I'm sorry.
Ask
Ace
him.
is the place. Sorry.
It's not anymore.
Whatever. You don't care. It's whatever's close to the house.
Yeah.
Aww.
It's like, no, I have loyalty to Ace Hardware. We go back. Ace Hardware saved me in Vietnam.
Yeah. His family, when they were coming through Ellis Island, they didn't like their last name, so they changed it to Hardware. Ace Hardware saved
Tyson
my
Hardware. Has a kind of a ring to it.
life.
You might find certain films that have that name already associated.
Actually, it's just Thai Hardware.
That's right.
Thai Hardware. Oh my God. Reinhardt.
Oh, man.
You put the Rhine
Getting
in
the vapors.
Reinhardt.
You getting the
I'm
vapors?
getting the vape of something
Oh, that
awful.
brings me to this really funny question because you used the word vapor, and I like this one. Okay, where is it? Okay.
Oh, I did like this
okay.
one. Yeah,
I
yeah.
just love it. Okay, a few days ago, this comes from Clarence.
Clarence.
Maybe Clarence is the proper
It's
pronunciation.
Clarence.
Oh,
He's local.
Oh, yay.
Hello,
A
Clarence.
few days ago, I called my teacher an albatrossophilic troglodyte because he was being a cunt vapor. So to all of you, what are some of the best insults you have heard or given?
Well,
That's
now
a good
cunt
question.
vapor
Yeah,
is one of the
cunt
best
vapor
ones.
is
Yeah,
great.
that's
I
one of the
really
best
like
ones I've
Pretty
heard.
much
albatrossophilic troglodyte.
anything
Yeah.
like cunt in anything is funny. Like
Well, because
one,
it's such a forbidden word.
one of my
Yeah.
favorite things to say is cunt bag of dicks for some reason.
Nice.
I say it a lot when I fuck up a line, which the first time I did it with like Zach, like in the booth, he was wow. Oh, cunt bag of dicks. Why can't I say this? I'm like, okay, you can say
That's your
cunt
warm-up.
bag of dicks,
That's
but
your
you
warm-up.
can't say,
Cunt bag of dicks, cunt bag of
No.
dicks, cunt bag of dicks.
you can't say like, what's happening to you?
Red leather,
bag of
yellow
dicks,
leather.
cunt
Cunt
bag
bag
of
of dicks.
Or
Unique New York. Unique New York.
cunt bag of dicks. Cunt bag, anything within the cunt family, which is a very unfriendly family.
Yes.
It seemed very open
The
to me.
cunts. Oh. My favorite
That's
one that
late
I've ever. One of the ones that
You
always
gotta
stick
work
out.
blue. Kentucky blue.
It's a horrible movie. Oh, it's a horrible movie.
call
But
that a callback.
Blade 3, cock juggling thunder cunt.
Cock juggling
good.
thunder cunt.
That's
I
good.
think my favorite. I don't know. There's so many of them, and I can never think of them when I'm on the spot.
How about you?
yeah, because that's
You
an insult.
scallywag?
How about you? You rat
Whoa, that's a bit
scallion.
harsh there, buddy.
You carpetbagger?
I do like the old fashioned ones like rapscallion or troglodyte. Troglodyte's a great
Troglodyte
word.
is
I'd
good.
like
Yeah.
I once called someone a booger noshing troglodyte, booger noshing basement dwelling troglodyte. I think my favorite insult though probably comes from an insult that Tom Baker's doctor threw at somebody. I can't remember now what context was, but he said something like, "You're the perfect example of the inverse proportion between the size of the mouth and the size of the brain," which I think, well, that's good. You have to think about that for a second. I like
You've memorized it. You're waiting to use it. You're
yeah,
waiting.
yeah. You're like, finally, I have a context for this insult. You, sir, shall be, cut down to size. I like the grenade style jokes where, you throw it and a few minutes later.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what it was. But yeah, I've read that one. I really do like cock juggling thunder cunt. However, I've used that
That's good.
a few times since you've taught it to me.
I'm also very, very quick. So sometimes I'm like, I had no intention of saying that about your mother, but you had me on the spot.
It's okay. She deserved it.
I feel that you should be equal in your hatred towards humanity. Like, why pick one type of person to dislike when all of humanity is really wretched in its
Really,
own
it's
way?
very true.
I mean, like, why not just... What you should do is not so much focus on epithets for individual subsets. You should focus on, hey, there's one decent person. What do I call that guy? Hey, dude.
Hey, dude, nice going. I want to start making my insults like alliterative, but they often have to be nonsensical to make it work. Like you call someone a noodle post noodling nanobot, and they're like, "The fuck does that even mean?" You're like, "Nothing, but it sounds insulting if I deliver it with just the right caustic, if I just the right element. I mean, you can make anything sound like an insult. Any like any
or
collection
just like
of
when
words.
you're like, oh, that's what she said. They're like, she didn't say
She
that.
never
That makes
said that.
no sense what you
Ladies,
said. I'm going to say it though. Just own it. Own it.
It's always like because like when I'm at the gym, like their favorite kind of insult, because we always bust each other's balls because you're at the gym together and everyone's like, oh, you can't lift that much anymore. Someone's on their period. Like there's something like that. There's always something.
That is the most terrifying time to see a woman at the gym because she'll probably lift the most she's ever lifted ever.
So I should take that as I'm like, you understand? I can lift more now because I'm on
I
the
wish I
Because
was
of my period,
menstruating
I am
because
not.
then I could be more in tune with the tide and the moon.
It's reminding me of a Kids in the Hall sketch. Are we talking about women with a Y? Well, of course. Do you have to ask?
30 Helens agree.
Yes. Watch out if he owns his own pool cue.
I love kids in the
Another series of insults I enjoy are like the friendly insults. Like, dudes get together and be guys and, piss each other off mildly because that's part of the whole posturing.
That's what I miss about having mostly guy friends. You can't do that with chicks.
No, because then
No,
like feelings
because you all
get
take
hurt.
it so deadly seriously.
Yeah, I walk in, I see my buddy, I'm like, hey, what's up, fart breath? And then we're good, like...
Yeah, I hadn't
No
seen...
one takes it home with
What's
them
up,
and
you
like...
complete fucking failure at life?
I hadn't seen my friend Mike in a while, and he had a long beard and long hair, and I went, hey, man, what have you been up to? I mean, other than dying for our sins. He's like, oh, that was good.
Well, I did that, and then I did Cat Scratch Fever, Wingo Tango, and Stranglehold.
Then the little
Then I threatened to kill the president, and that apparently didn't go over well.
Wow.
I love it. But girls, like, all you can do is, like, you bitch.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, you're a
bitch.
dirty slut.
Who's a stupid bitch. You're a stupid bitch.
Well, it actually, because I mostly had guy friends as a kid, but
I understand.
college, I actually had, and they're like, I just feel like you're, like I did something to you.
You're always
no,
attacking
I'm
me.
just
You're
fucking with you. They're like, yeah, I don't do that. I'm like, oh man,
it's
that means I have to be nice.
Being nice is harder. You can't do it. When you're nice, it's so weird. You're like, that's a really lovely outfit.
You are wearing that. It's
always
like I'm
a-
also digging my nails into my shoulder. Like, that's what's stopping me. Oh, the pain. Oh my god.
Did mommy let you dress yourself today?
It was a beautiful ceremony, and white is definitely your color. Well, even being nice, they're like, it's the sarcasm.
I've noticed this about us as a culture. Like, we are so used to just be. It's so easy for us to be sarcastic. Like, we are more comfortable with expressing sarcasm or busting each other's balls than giving genuine compliments. And I say this for myself too, because when I want to genuinely comment someone and I want to say something that, or compliment someone and I want to say something profound or something that's like really conveys that this is not bullshit. I think you're really amazing at this, or that you did this well. Thank you, or something like that. It's weird. You have to struggle not to come off like theatrically.
Yeah.
Because you're like, God, it's so rare that I do, because that part of your brain's just dusty. Because we're used to being like, hey, asshole! It's so weird. It's
like,
weird
even
to me.
a nice comment, you've got to like end it with a nice little like my friend just got a job being like this job she's always wanted. She's the editor-in-chief of a magazine. I'm so proud of her, but she is just like me. So when I went, dude, I'm so fucking proud of you. I want to kill myself. What am I doing with my life? And
It's weird, but it's kind of like you have to add that little barb to just diffuse the awkwardness of a genuinely felt compliment. It's so weird.
That's my way of saying I'm proud of you.
Yeah. I'm so proud of you, you bitch. Like, without the you bitch, you can't just leave that I'm proud of you hanging in the air. It's like, or it gets weird. It gets
Or
weird.
we did,
Why is that?
Then you don't have to have the reciprocate with the false humility. The like, you don't have to say that. And then you're like, yeah, you bitch, ah. And then it's done.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Like, everyone
exactly.
can put the lid on it, we're done.
Or they're like, oh, well, over the, while we were in blah, 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 we got engaged. Great. That's all you get. That's all I get. It's great. Oh my fucking God! Ah! Just keep... Ah!
Until you see them look at their watch, and then you're like, all right, that's good.
I think under those circumstances, you should start screaming in a way that's completely interpretive. Like it could be, because it'd be like, ah! But if someone's like, I just got engaged, you go, ah!
Steven! Oh, Steven.
Like, that's so different.
Just give me some,
I could be taking a number.
give me some good news and you're going to react like
I
that.
have an ulcer and it just kicked in as you said that. I'm sorry. What were you saying? Like, I'm going to start doing that now.
There needs to be like a Wilhelm scream app, so that whenever you get like really good news, you just hit it. Ah! Like, interpret that how you will. Sure, I really like your fiance. Ah!
The excitement.
The sarcastic laugh after, like, you thought you've been really good. I'm like, no, he was really nice. Now he's horrible. I hate him.
I think you should do that every time someone gives you a piece of news that where that's just inappropriate. Like, oh my god, so I found out that I may have foot cancer, and you just go
Cancer of the foot.
cancer of the foot, really? Is that a thing? How do you do that?
We're gonna get through this, baby.
That's stupid. Leave it to you to have a dumb fucking disease. It's okay, man. You're gonna beat this. You're totally gonna beat this. We're awful people, basically.
Pretty
I think is
pretty
what-
much, yeah.
Surprisingly dark episode.
I tried to choose together. I tried to choose cancer of the foot because I don't think that really is a thing.
Why do you think we left Germany? I have no follow up to that. I'm just
I'm like, what?
You should have started
positing
eating a
that-
rice.
That was,
time machine.
you are
Crunch.
so funny.
Well, that's another thing, is hiding your disdain sometimes in a professional situation. Like, I really fucking hate
Like,
you.
I hate this fucking son of a bitch. Or this, oh my god, really? I can't believe they just told me what to do, or whatever. I'm good at that. I'm good at hiding it, but there's some point I'm sure I'm just bottling all this up, and when I'm in my old man phase at like 60, between like the ages of 60 and 80, I'm going to be an insufferable, completely, bitterly honest son of a bitch who's like, yep, fuck you. I'm like, that's a terrible outfit you're
I
wearing.
made an F on my test.
Well, I guess you're fucking stupid.
Oh. See, my family didn't do this. Mom, I made a B. Well, you know what? I sucked in school, so that B sounds pretty fucking good to me. So you should be proud that you made a B.
Oh god,
Like-
yeah. If I made a B, my parents were like, thank God. Jesus.
I really wanted an A, though.
It's like, it's business class, but whatever, it gets you there.
Mom, Dad, I made a B. Well, son, I killed a hooker on the way here. We all have our own crosses to bear. Hi, Dad. Awkward.
Your mother's like, he did it because you made a B.
He picked up cinnamon.
That's the family dynamic. It's like it's the father's job to act like it's not that big of a deal.
Yes.
He's proud of you for trying, and then it's your mother's job to make it sound like he's lying to you because he's dead
so
inside because of what you've done. like he's really just he's got to hold it back. So you're the reason he has foot cancer.
What was that old, I think, is it SNL parody or something? You know, those deep thoughts.
Oh yeah, SNL. Deep
Jack-
Thoughts with Jack Handy.
I like to when my kid asked me, why does it thunder? I said, because God's angry. And then I follow it with, probably because of something you did.
Oh my god. Okay.
Okay, another question. Okay, let's get a Surls for a second. It's from Vanessa. First time entering something in. What's up, Vanessa?
Nice.
In previous episodes, you have inferred that you often do not have a lot of time to prepare for a scene or character once you're called in to record. No time, really.
Yeah.
As an actor, how do you navigate the short notice and not knowing what you may have to do on a given day? Research, bag of tricks, just generally being awesome.
It helps if you've written most of the scenes you're doing. I find.
Dick.
No, I'm kidding. It doesn't help at all. It actually makes it worse. Because I'm like,
I really thought that would work.
I'm like, I really thought that would work. I'm so sorry, everybody. Oh my god, I'm too invested in this to make it work. I cannot see the forest for the trees now. I'm sorry.
That is you.
That's completely me. I don't hate it. It's just enormously stressful to record scenes that you've written. Because then it's like, it's all on you. It's all on you to work. I don't know. I don't know that there is a bag of tricks. I think when you're doing this kind of work, dubbing and for animation and stuff like that, I find it easier than, hearing it described might suggest, because, you've got the animation, you've got the music, you've got all that there for you that kind of goes towards putting you in the mood of the scene. You've got the music there, you can see what your character is doing and all this. And I think the animation, I just find that the animation guides it in a way. And I find it, I don't know why. I wish I could tell you that there was some methodology behind what I do, but I seem to have just some sort of mysteriously natural knack for getting into a character very, very quickly.
You have to.
I just found that I had that kind of going into this, and I think that's why I started getting the work, because I was like, oh yeah, I can do this. I'm Michael, and poof, now I'm something else for 5 minutes while we do the scene, or however long you need, and then it just goes away. So I for some reason, have always been very good at that, just kind of changing on a dime. I don't know how I do it. I don't know, and I'm terrified that one day I will lose it because I don't know how I'm doing it. That one day the magical leprechaun that bestowed this power on me will take it back. But whatever.
He'll get tired of you and move on to someone else. That's the way they all are. I know I'm part Irish.
McFlanagan O'Malley.
O'Malley. Sometimes you think, you have an idea of who you're going to play. Maybe you've researched the show, and then you come in, I was really prepared to do this, and I'm not that character. I'm this character. God damn it.
Oh, yes, that's happened.
Yeah.
That happened to me in Fairy Tale. I was told I was coming in, and I never in a million years said I was playing Virgo, because as giant as she is, later she's very high-pitched and deadpan and very sweet. But so I was like, I'm probably going to be this person. No, I don't do this. I've never done this voice before. And Tyler's like, well, you're about to.
Welcome.
So get your shit in the booth along with the rest of your body. Go.
Can I bring the bowels containing it?
Get your shit in the booth, yeah.
But no, stances help, but that's only if you know anything about the character.
Yeah.
Or if it's a little boy, it's easier. For women, it's harder, if I don't know who I'm playing. Sometimes the director, tells the talent coordinator, hey, they're playing this person. But it's very rare.
I think sometimes it's really helpful if you, in life as well as, in your craft or whatever, you cultivate a tendency to be able to come up with a story about just someone, a complete stranger that you see in the street. When I'm, say, at the coffee shop or something, or I'm walking around the mall or whatever it is I'm doing, I'll just look at people. I people watch all the time. I love doing it. It's a favorite pastime. And I will come up with stories in my head. Now, there's probably no truth to any of them in terms... maybe every now and again I get it right. That person's a serial killer with at least 8 hookers in his tomato patch. But whatever. But
No, just 5.
Damn it.
Get your shit together.
It felt like a sale.
Remember, he kills in prime numbers.
That's right. Hey, you're good at this. Okay, but I just do that, and then it helps me because if it's a character that the first time you're playing a character that you come in to record for, it is a little iffy because you know nothing about the character.
Nothing.
Usually, even
and
if
the director knows everything.
Yeah, but the director doesn't usually have a lot of time to spare on giving you all the details. The director expects you, rightly so, to be creative and to come into it with your own kind of instinctive take, which is usually what the audition process is about. Most directors will not direct you in your audition until you've given at least one pass at everything, and
so
then
they want to
they'll
see
say,
how you interpret it.
Just to kind of see where your instincts guide you with the very little information you get in the audition sides. And it's very similar when you go in to record for the first time. Is they just like, well, your instincts were good, so just go with them, and so you just kind of follow this weird thing, and then once you've done that and you come back the next time, it's easier to record because you've been here before and you know the voice, and also I have to say, in doing anime, especially doing a ton of it, there are certain character archetypes. I don't mean to suggest that there's nothing new under the sun, but there's always there's always, usually you're going to end up playing a character that resembles, at least in some respects, that resembles a character you've played previously. Right. And so you can kind of so you can kind of bring that to bear on the new role. So it's easier than it seems. It's like anything. The more you do, the better you get at it.
What about you, Tyson?
It's very much just kind of just hop up and give it a shot kind of situation, spur of the moment. Like, you glean what you can from the text. Like, a lot of that will inform you about your character, because somebody who says dude isn't going to be upper crust most likely,
dude.
So
excellent point.
You learn those things, and then trust the director to watch out for you when you're saying it, so that if you say the line really angrily like they tell you to, it's not during someone complimenting you as a response. Oh, your hair looks really nice.
Well, it's weird when it's something that you've never done before. Like, I've never screamed no. How would I do that? Or One Piece.
I love that. I've never screamed no before.
I've never screamed. And you know what? I'm not. Never screamed no. I've never screamed no. Ladies. And, but when I did One Piece, which the One Piece guys announced, like, I'd play Frankie. And Frankie, I've never really done anything big in One Piece. And it's all yelling, and I've never done eat reactions or had some, like all of this. Like, my entire neck was sore for 3 days because it's all screaming. And, like, Mike, you have to rely on the director, yeah. So, he's like, that was good if it was dramatic. This is One Piece. Scream everything.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
I don't, yes. Okay. I've seen some One Piece. I apparently missed the episode where everyone's having a stroke. Okay. No, I love it, but like that, I had to rely on Mike for that, and that was great. But if it had been someone's like, I don't know, just let's see what works. I need you to help me.
Yeah, it's true, and that's part of the process. It's a very weird process doing this because we're very lonely when we record. You're not getting to record off of other people.
Just when we record
in life.
Pass those rice cakes.
And if there's nothing weirder, like, to add to the challenge of having to do this to come in with no research, nothing, no homework, nothing, no knowledge of what's expected of you until you get in front of the microphone. Add to that, if you're, as is often the case with me, for just it's worked out this way for some reason. When you are the first person to record on an episode, and you have no one else's performances to play off of, just recording in a vacuum. Those are so weird, and I am now able to go back and listen to bits of dialogue, and I know the difference in the way I talk when I know I'm recording without playing off of anybody. And I'm like, yep, I can hear that. I hope no one else can, but I can hear it. There's just a subtle difference in the way.
We're our own worst critic too.
Absolutely.
I mean, come on, like watching stuff that I was first in compared to now, or like, I was the first one to record. Or I love it's like, I'm the last one to record.
Oh, yes. Loving the last one to record.
Best.
I'm able to hear your responses and what I'm saying. Because I rarely read other people's lines. I'm like, I'm not talking.
I don't give a shit.
Don't relate to me.
Oh my god. That's a good question. That was a good question.
Good first time question, Vanessa.
Oh, let's see. Do I want to do this one or that one?
That. I'm goofy.
The fuck was that?
It's the choosing song.
It is now. Okay, I really want that to become a thing. I want that to be like, that. You got water in your mouth. You're a stupid bitch. Okay, we'll go with Colleen. This is her question. Excuse me. You are stuck on an island in the middle of an ocean. Cliche, I know. Humor me. There will be two other people with you, celebrities to be exact. One whose work you dislike, and the other whose work you appreciate. Who would they be, and what would you be likely to say to them if you were drunk, since there is a fully stocked bar on this abandoned island? Interesting scenario. I've not encountered that before. I like this.
Nice.
There's so many factors, so many variables, because there's a lot of people that I wouldn't want to be stuck in that situation with, and a lot of people I would, but then who counteracts each other in the most delightful way? Like, do you get
you're trying to orchestrate this?
Yeah, do you get like Tammy Faye Baker and like Lenny Bruce? And like see what happens? Like, because it's not really a matter of my personal, hatred towards that. It's just like, I kind of want to see that. Like, watch the hackles on her neck go up every time he, says anything.
And they're both dead, so where the fuck are you?
Oh, shit.
But yeah. This isn't an island.
This is how I figured out I died.
Think of it like this. Like, just, like, pick someone at random, or not at random, but, like, who's someone whose work you intensely dislike? Like, someone you would not, like, you just can't stand. I have that figured out. I'm trying to think of whose work I do like.
Dane Cook.
Okay, that's a great example.
You hate him?
Now, pick someone whose work you greatly admire, living or dead or whatever.
Hunter S. Thompson.
Okay, this is good. I like this.
We just started at a sitcom.
Oh my god. Yes. Together they fight crime.
It's Odd Couple meets Batman and Robin.
So if you were drunk, give us a taste of what you would say to Hunter S. Thompson first. I'm interested to hear what you would say to him first. And he'd be drunk too.
Right.
Well, it's just
probably say something along the lines of, "Where the hell did all these lizards come from?" And then probably ask if he wanted a drink. And then I say, "Dane, go fetch us a drink, boy."
Make yourself useful.
Make yourself useful.
Nice. Okay, what about you? I like this. This is a good question.
Yeah, it's a good question.
I don't like reality people, and that we consider them celebrities. So Snooki.
Oh, good one.
Oh, God.
And
how would you tell her apart from most of the fauna on the island?
True. And what I would say to her, drunk or sober, is there is nothing redeeming about who you are at your core, and I wish you good luck. And my favorite celebrity I would love to meet is Neil deGrasse Tyson. He's an astrophysicist.
Oh, yes. Oh, he would
and I would just...
It would be cool.
I just want to live on you. I love you. I love him. He's adorable.
What a strange thing to say to someone. I want to live on you.
I would live
on you.
I'll just colonize part of you.
Can I brush your mustache?
I bet he gets that all the time.
He's adorable.
He finds himself on a lot of islands with well-stocked bars.
And mustache groomers.
I love it here.
Why does he talk like Banana me?
It was hard not to talk like that the entire time I was in Key West. By the way. I think I would pick... Okay, so it has to be celebrities. I think Will Ferrell would be my least favorite.
Oh, Steve,
because I'm just not a fair... And let me be, a decent human being about this and say, I don't know the man. He may be the nicest guy in the world, and we might in reality get along like brothers, good brothers. But for some reason, and I cannot pinpoint it, there's a few people like this, celebrities that you watch or whatever. For some reason, I instinctively kvetch every time he's on screen or I see him. I'm like, I just hate him, and I don't know why. Does that make me a horrible person? No, because I don't think he's very funny.
It's an allergic reaction.
But I mean, like, sure. it is like an allergic reaction. Every time he's on screen, I'm like, I hate everything about him. I can't stand him, and it's not his fault. It's not his fault. He can't help it. It's just who he is.
No,
but it just raises my hackles.
No, Steven hates him.
I hate him. I would have him on the island, and trying to pick it's always harder to pick someone you really want to be on the island with.
Alive or dead?
Yeah, alive or dead. I hope so, because Hunter S. Thompson's dead.
What?
And Dane Cook's career.
Well, no, I'm sure he'll find a way to rip someone else's stand-up off.
Okay, so Will Ferrell, who would the other guy be? God! Ian McKellen. There you go, Ian McKellen. I respect and admire, and
all of our islands are islands that I would love to and never visit.
Yes. Yeah.
If I got drunk around Ian McKellen, I think I would get into like a voice off with him. I would try to like imitate him, be like, "You shall not pass."
Ian McKellen, you shall not pass.
Is it secret? Is it safe?
Is it secret? Is it safe? Red, green, blue, such to be such a clean shirt.
You'll find it's quite cool. Well, not if you tell me it's cool.
And Will Ferrell, I think I would just get drunk and throw coconuts at him all day. You were terrible. You were terrible in Anchorman. You were terrible at everything. You're such a smarmy asshole. And you know you're not funny. You know you're not funny. And you keep taking our money. Sorry, my hatred runs very deep there. And I feel so bad.
Like, even if it's something where like he just randomly shows up for like a second, Steven's like, no, done. We're done with this. Whatever it is, we're done with it. We are a fail-free household. That's okay. Okay, let's go to the next section, which is Joel McDonald questions. That's going to be the soundbite now.
Awesome.
Okay. Tyson, last night I drank 11D whiskeys. Mm-hmm. What rifle should I use to kill the warthog that's stumbling around in my head?
I would go with the Winchester 70.
Oh, God.
What's the advantage there?
Well, first off, the Winchester 70, you can modify the barrel and the caliber to suit whatever type of shooting you're looking to go for.
Oh, okay.
Be it target practice or varmint hunting or even big African game, there's nothing quite like a 70 on your shoulder.
You said varmint. I heard nothing you said after that.
Tyson just got paid $7,000.
And of course, in that Winchester 70, you're going to want to use genuine Winchester ammunition. Sorry.
That makes me think of the Winchester Mansion. I want to go. I want to see. I want to see Joel chase this warthog through the Winchester Mansion. That's a brilliant visual. I want this to happen. Joel,
war paint, I'm hoping.
Well, yeah, it's okay. Joel. He wears war paint anyway.
Right.
He's wearing it right now.
Right now.
It is Saturday.
Okay, another Joel McDonald question. You were in that one show where you played that dude who's all, like, what's up with that? And what is your position on nuclear disarmament?
Well, I guess first off, he had a lot of baggage from his childhood, and so he had to use that to propel him forward. And frankly, assured mutual destruction is no way to live life.
I disagree with you there, but that's never mind.
You guys better get working on those time machines. Thank you, Joel. And for the last Joel McDonald question.
Oh, shit.
If you could be anybody else, living or dead, whose body would you use to sex up Tatum?
Well,
say Chris Hemsworth.
There's the easy answers. Caligula.
Thanks for no pressure.
Just saying.
Getting sacked up by Caligula, like I'm gonna have that's performance anxiety. Hello.
Yeah. I mean, because if things go wrong, they can go real wrong real quick.
And nothing is gonna move. Nothing I'm capable of doing is gonna do it for him. He's gonna be like, no, I'm sorry. We tried the sock monkey, and
oh no,
like, you want me to shove an aquarium up your ass? Yes, but it must be filled with betas, and they must be fighting.
Give the people bred in circuses. Give me my betas in the butt.
Betas in the butt.
Betas in the butt. Betas in the butt. Looking like a fool with your betas in the butt.
Beta. I like it. Me, okay. I'll give you Thor. There you go.
Thank you. Thank you. Thor always wins. Oh, I'm so Thor.
Thank you for the Joel McDonald questions.
Joel McDonald
questions.
It's like we're trying to get the last word. This just keeps on going forever.
Boing, 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 boing.
Bop.
In the morning.
Beta.
97 and 11
11D whiskeys.
And the baby.
For those of you who don't know, this is never gonna happen. Today's Ian's birthday.
Happy birthday, Ian Sinclair.
Oh, Ian. Yawn.
And you guys went for a lot of whiskey, I'm guessing.
A lot of whiskey.
Like
yeah.
a lot.
At least 11.
11.
It might have been 12s.
12s. 1100.
Good whiskey?
Oh, it ran the gamut. Started off, hopeful.
Oh.
But it quickly escalated.
I'm talking to an Olympic athlete. It's
He started off hopeful, but
I'm fucking Michael Phelps of bar hopping.
So you're saying you have big ears?
Oh.
He is a treasure!
He is a national treasure.
His wristbands, still good.
That's right.
He is living stronger
Swim
than
strong.
some people.
Living stronger than. That should be the wristbands now. Living stronger than.
Or just like handwritten
Next question.
All right, we have some lightning round, but we've got tons of time, so we're going to milk these lightning round questions.
Like that? That's a time filler. And it's topical because you just said milk. See, Tyson gets me.
Oh, sorry, baby. My hands are cold.
Awkward.
This is from Andrew. What is the weirdest thing you've microwaved?
The weirdest thing I've microwaved. Well, I bet you have a good answer for that.
It's all a matter of perspective, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you have to have a microwave.
Scratched myself.
You scratched yourself.
I scratched myself and I'm bleeding a little.
How'd you scratch yourself?
Stupid nails.
Why did you scratch yourself with your nails? What were you doing?
Because hilarity was ensuing.
Do you scratch yourself whenever you're laughing? That's weird.
No.
I didn't even see it. Like,
I itched
feel...
something. I scratched something, and it happens.
Oh, I feel bad.
Live TV.
She's gonna bleed out right here in front of us.
It's okay. No, I don't want to
Worst
stop the
ending
show.
to the-
I don't want to stop the show.
Show must go on.
You stubborn bitch. You died.
God damn it!
Oh no, because I'm like,
Like,
I don't know what it is.
no,
I'm stupid.
He wasn't even our best guest. Oh, no.
We don't want to end like this. There's so much time now. There's so much time.
Fans, wait, you haven't interviewed. Mom, Dad, who's your favorite kid? Oh, we don't pick favorites, but it's you.
Oh, we can't pick favorites. You're both just awful.
Both have very equal negative points. Negative.
What was the question?
What's the weirdest thing you've ever microwaved?
Oh, okay. Do you have something?
I think I microwaved like a G.I. Joe when I was a little kid just to kind of see what would happen. And it wasn't as effective as a barbecue. The grill was much more effective.
Like what? Okay, so what happened in the microwave? Anything?
There was mild deformation and then the smell.
Low wattage.
Oh.
Yeah,
low wattage.
and that was one of those Tyson's at home alone days before what that meant something else. And so I was like
Masturbating.
Yes, that was what I was talking about, practicing Tai Chi, but.
See, I went somewhere very profound with that. I'm like, oh, now you're saying like,
He was practicing
now
Thai
when Tyson's home alone,
Thai
it just
hardware.
means it's Wednesday. Yeah, but I mean, like, I was like, I said
It's every day. But yes, no, that was a puberty self-gratification joke was where it started.
See, now I get you. Now I get you. I was just, funny. I would normally just, like, I would have jumped.
Normally
right on
I
that.
latch on to self-gratification.
I was like, but something happened. Something happened. With
Hand
that.
over
I
fist,
think
yeah.
I
Well,
got
it
worried
made-
about you scratching yourself, and now I'm very altruistic,
Sorry.
and I'm not thinking about personal instant gratification. I'm thinking,
No, I actually
you
do
poor
have very,
thing.
very odd nails.
And
Like
you're like going,
my brother
"No."
actually has a scar on his cheek because we were play fighting. It apparently just went, ha!
And shit got real.
Shit did get real.
You're like, Thundercats, ho!
No, no. To this day, they're like, you know what? Your brother would have a much better face if you didn't scratch him that one time when you were 9. I'm like, well, if it helps, it was almost 20 years ago.
Doesn't help.
It doesn't.
Doesn't help. It's 20 years where he just did not look as fine as he could.
I
And he holds it deep inside.
Deep inside.
my friend Ramonda came over and wanted to borrow my microwave, and I didn't understand why, but she did it to nuke her hair because she was doing a treatment, like her weave. She nuked it, and I did not know that you should never do that because then your microwave will never not smell like hair. And so my mom was like, you call Ramonda right now. You tell her or mom that she owes us a new microwave. I'm not going to eat cream of wheat and have
Hair
it taste
pie.
like hair or smell like hair. And it did. It smelled
God.
horrible. And it was that shitty artificial hair too.
Oh, like the
Ramonda!
Ramonda. It's a good name.
Hell of a name.
The weirdest thing I put in the microwave, I put a CD in the microwave.
Oh,
once.
why did you do that?
Well, because I knew what it would do. I wanted to see lightning arc out of it. It was a microwave.
Oh, we still got questions on Twitter. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
Oh, nice.
We were expecting it to be fantastic, and it was. And we
Was
just
it? Did it?
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah?
No, it like lightning arcs out of it, like these little, like it looked like a special effect from the Poltergeist films. It's like, and then it bubbled up and fucking all bent and twisted and shit. But then we like turned that shit off quick. So that shit's gonna, like, the microwave's going to explode.
Remember that
We
one
can't
time
do
we died?
Remember that one time we like did an experiment? But see, I used to do shit with my
But you
toys
know,
all the time too. I was.
We should nuke a banana.
Yes.
Nothing happens to it. I've done it before.
I
It
have a
doesn't
really good
happen.
microwave now.
It doesn't turn green and gelatinous?
It only works when because the banana has to be shunted through time for that to happen. It gets green and gelatinous because it's being pushed through a singularity.
What's with you and your career in bananas? Banana me.
It's a thing.
Anime.
It's a thing. It's a thing. Bananas have followed me all my life. I don't know why.
You need more potassium.
Apparently so, but I eat like 9 of the goddamn things a day, so I don't think I need more potassium.
Which is weird.
Well, yeah. It's how you get good at certain other things that have nothing to do with potassium.
Oktoberfest.
Visiting Coney Island.
Boney Island.
What?
I said Boney Island.
Boney Island. I think it's Boney Island.
Like an erect penis.
Like an oh. See, I was thinking something else. What the hell is wrong with me? No, I'm kidding. I knew you were talking about dick.
I knew.
Okay.
No, I'm very good at this.
CD. Okay, so we've got questions from Twitter, and remember to follow us on Twitter at That Anime Show, or let us know that you're listening. Hashtag That Anime Show. Okay, let's see. This is from Steve.
That was awesome. You like took a break there in the middle. It's perfect. We love this guy. He's a fucking minch. He's awesome.
I love him.
I love how you're like, are you done?
He's a mensch.
All right. Steve says, hey, I got a question for you. All right. If you could invent something, what would it be? Anything other than a time machine.
If I could fucking invent something, I would have done it by now. Because every idea I have, someone else does, and I find it on fucking television late at night on offer. Like, call now, operators are standing by for the hose that never gets kinked, or whatever the hell that is. Right? I'm like, God damn it, that was my idea.
I was so working on that.
Ah, God damn it, cook a turkey in 5 minutes. That was my idea. I wanted to do that.
If I'm
I just
so
didn't know
hungry
how.
that I have to cook a turkey in 5 minutes, guess what? I'm just going to go out and find an already cooked turkey. I don't want to
don't
rush
do that.
the cooking
Don't
process.
trust that.
No.
Don't trust that. Don't trust that. I'll be cooking my own chickens from now on. Thank you very much.
We were talking about turkeys. It's totally a different bird.
Whatever. Anyway,
Whatever.
what I don't know. What would I invent? I think it'd be really nice to have. Here's my $1 million idea. I want a vacuum cleaner that's battery powered. Or that you just charge up by sticking it on the fucking wall. But I mean like a proper vacuum cleaner, not that little handheld shit that like
Not little...
Dust Devil.
I mean, a proper
Dust
like
buster.
Dyson or something that doesn't
Dirt
have
devil.
a fucking
Dirt devil,
cord attached to it, so that you can actually not have. Because that's the hardest thing about anything is the goddamn cord. Why are we living in an age where cords are still a thing? We have the technology; it's fucking there. Why do we have shit? Why do leaf blowers have cords? Why do fucking
Because they're electrical.
So are things that run on batteries.
But they'll wear out quick.
Yeah, but you can use them.
Depends on how
quicker.
many apps you're running at one time on your leaf blower.
There you go.
Like you got
They
that.
do have gas-powered leaf blowers that I'm like, that's brilliant. You just
Yes,
fucking,
absolutely.
that's brilliant. But they're like industrial shit, you know. But I mean, like, let's make
also
make a
quite bad
make a
for the
goddamn
environment.
Yes, there's that.
make a fucking vacuum cleaner that runs on like. It doesn't even have to be like battery charged. It can be like you make a wireless
Mr. Fusion.
There you go.
Mr. Fusion leaf blower.
Mr. Fusion leaf blower. I want a vacuum cleaner. Fuck the leaf blower. I want a vacuum cleaner that doesn't have a cord on it, that it works just as well as one that plugs in. God damn it. There's my $1 million idea. The world will change. The landscape of our culture
You want a cordless
will
cleaner.
completely transform.
You want to...
if we just get rid of fucking power cords on vacuum cleaners. Thank you. Thank you.
Famine will be finished.
Famine will be finished.
No more famine.
Bullying will stop. Hands will reach across the aisle and agree on all sorts of spending cuts. What have you. It'll happen. Like, it'll bring the world together. Harmony will be restored if we get rid of the fucking power cords.
Well, and then we followed up with the Wild Stallions concert.
Yes.
We
yes.
need that.
Absolutely.
That does,
Brilliant.
does bring everybody together in a 90s version of the future. With lots and lots of shoulder pads.
Be excellent to each other.
And party on, dudes.
So
Oh,
Prince.
Abe Lincoln.
So
That's my meal. Okay, what's yours? Well, let's hear your idea. Your invention.
So, when I was a kid, I would go to, these Showbiz pizzas and whatnot. Play a little skee ball.
those.
Get my tickets.
Okay.
And then, you have to make the decision of what are you going to spend your tickets on. Because this is before the whole newfangled just load your tickets onto a card and save them in perpetuity. That's what the Dave and Buster's situation does.
Motherfuckers.
But
I didn't know. No
Chinese finger cuffs. Safety release mechanism on the Chinese finger cuffs. For those kids who can't figure out to just push it back together.
Doesn't that defeat the purpose, though?
Yeah, but I mean...
That's like handcuffs that don't lock. Like,
why aren't
I
you
mean, a lot
selling?
of criminals would love the shit out of those, but...
Yeah, but I feel that we do need to coddle the youth more than we already are.
Really?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Because that's what makes species stronger. Is by constantly worrying about the weak ones. The ones that are supposed to be eaten by a lion. Making sure that their fingers get separated. That's what we need to do.
Bravo.
We got a slow clap.
Bravo.
We got a slow clap on it. Yeah, it's... Thank you. And now it's a party.
That's good. Okay. I like this idea.
That or a
The
Mr.
luck.
Fusion. But then I guess I'm not inventing it.
I would totally invent and this just comes from all the fucking travel I have to do. Fucking the first person that invents a teleporter, I'm fucking
Yes.
there. I don't care what the risk is. I would love to just walk through a goddamn portal and appear where I need to be in a second.
I would never want to do that.
No?
It's all about the journey, man.
No, it's not.
Well, no,
it's
and
fucking
that
not.
it's a fucking joke. First of all, so
First off.
calm your panties. And
No, no!
that's another thing. I
Even
love.
as a joke,
Calm your
it's
panties.
wrong. No.
Calm your Victoria's Secrets. Okay. Calm.
Call me Victoria's.
But no, I don't like the
idiot.
teleportation idea. Well, like 100 years after it's been invented, that's when I want to use it. I don't want to be the first couple of people to try it out and be like, hey, I came out the other side riddled with tumors or anything like that. No.
I don't care. The
My
tumors
spleen's
are
on the
worth
outside.
anything not to have to fucking deal
Look
with
like
the
the
airlines.
baboon and
Fucking
the
TSA.
fly.
What's your invention?
A car that runs on sarcasm.
Ooh.
Jesus Christ, you'd be a NASCAR driver.
A car that runs... I've actually had real ideas, and then I'm like, what? What's that? No, it's gone.
A car that runs on
Car that
sarcasm.
runs on sarcasm.
Your car
Oh,
already
look how
kinda-
fast you're going.
Oh, that was a great turn. No, they needed you to check that curve.
No, parallel parking is hard.
That person was just walking
Carcasm.
across walk twos.
Sorry.
It's actually kind of like
That has now been licensed.
Sarcasm.
that's a great joke.
Copyright 2013.
Oh, my turn for questions. Sorry, I'm like, whatever.
yeah.
Okay. If you could be any mythical creature, Which would it be? Or tell us the one you think is the coolest. It can be from any mythology, incidentally.
Well, I'd have to say that being Fenris the wolf would be pretty cool.
Okay.
Because, first off, you're big, you're bad, and all of Asgard is afraid of you. So that's always good. Except for Tyr. I can't, I don't speak Viking, so it's TYR. Yeah. He has proved he's the bravest of the gods. He has to stick his hand into Fenris's mouth so that, the other gods can tie him down without him being any the wiser. And that takes a special kind of man, but it also takes a special kind of giant wolf to bite off that man's hand. And then, go crazy at Ragnarok and just destroy everything.
You would make a good wolf.
Thank you.
You would make a good giant Norse wolf.
I've been telling people this for a while now. My doctor says that the procedure is going to be a lot. But...
and you won't really be a wolf, but you will.
What price do you put on happiness, though?
Apparently, this price.
Apparently, whatever they're asking,
this asking price.
Whatever, I'll finance it.
I'm going to shop around, see if I get any other offers.
A mythical creature. Medusa, sure.
Ooh, you'd be a Gorgon. Mm-hmm. Okay. Why? What's the appeal?
Bitch knows how to work a curling iron. Those snakes are just like, that's cool, whatever. I like her history. I just think she really got screwed over, and I can identify. No, I'm kidding. I just always.
All you want to do is just.
I actually did I got really into Greek mythology when I was a kid, and I always did a lot of reading on Medusa, and I've just always thought she was really neat.
That's cool. I like the Gorgon sisters too. God, I don't know. I'm gonna go with kind of something obscure just because I think they're kind of cool. I would be a Lamia.
You what?
Lamia. Lamia.
Yeah.
They are kind of the forerunner to our concept of the vampire, but they're rock. They're made of rock, and they can transform to all sorts of crazy things. But they're natural. They are mountain. They're like made of the mountains. They're like really old. They're kind of equivalent to like Norse trolls.
Okay.
Like they're of the ground and the rock.
Yeah,
but they kind of, I don't know. They're very interesting. And I read a book recently by Tim Powers called "The Stress of Her Regard" about a guy who was haunted by a lamia, and it's just really neat. So that was, and it's just like the shit they can do, and it's kind of neat. It's kind of
cool.
Neat. Look it up, kids, if you've never heard of one before. You probably
Kids that shouldn't be listening to this.
My kids, I mean anyone younger than me, so that's a lot of adults too.
Everyone in this room.
Yeah, I think they're Hungarian in origin. Mm-hmm. Could be wrong, but I think. So yeah, that's me.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Like it. Well, the energy has gone the fuck out of this room.
Well, because I use natural light, so by the time the show's over, it's like, sun's going.
Am I sleepy? I don't
know. Well, and that it's so comfortable too. Like, Tyson's on a couch. You can just readjust the mic so we can lay down. And... you can do a little bear stretch, a little
scratch my back on the cushion. Doesn't really work, but I'll try. I'll keep trying. I'm not a quitter.
No, you're not. And on that quitting note,
I should, but I'm not.
No,
you're quitting. We're quitting.
We're quitting because it's Saturday night.
I got work to do,
and I've got a lot of work to do.
I've got to make the same mistakes I made last night.
Woo!
That's the spirit.
Yep.
It's called redundancy.
Yes. The born redundancy.
It's to make sure that those mistakes are mistakes.
Mm-hmm. That was a mistake. And
Did I learn from
might know that now.
Nope. I should check. I should double check.
Thank you so much for being on the show.
It's been very much for having me.
You are
very inappropriate.
You are a hoot and a half.
I had a good time. You guys are swell hosts.
Oh,
we ate food and stuff.
We totally ate food in awkward fashion.
Which
I was for. I was very much for that.
Pretty fucking awesome.
Don't forget, we've got Christy Kang, formerly Bingham, on April 13th, and I'll be announcing our May guest very soon. So, thanks for listening, and I'm going to have the last word.
Tyson, I'll see you on the next world line.
Yes.
I said
perhaps
I was
an alpha or a beta. World line.
She's trying to have the last word.
I know.
Just said I was going to have the last word.
Just go ahead. What's the last word? Do you want to it's all yours.
Thank you.
Cunt.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I do.
No.
Bitch. I I will cut you a little.
You do every day.
All right, you can have the last word as long as it's you
I don't
crying.
want it now.
As long as it's you crying. Just cry. For real.